Good morning, it's Tuesday the 13th of February 2018. So, the thing with the fish tank last night was an absolute nightmare and took hours to sort out, and I feel guilty for letting a couple of the fish die, but it's sorted now. I've put all the fish back in and everything's fine, so problem solved. My new glasses came in the post. I thought they were just going to repair the ones I had by sort of replacing the bit where the arm attaches and putting a new arm on or something, and that's what they said they would do. But when I opened up the parcel, it's brand new frames, because my old ones were a bit faded and sort of slightly bent in places, and these are like brand new shiny ones. So I didn't even have to pay anything. They even paid the return postage, so I'm really impressed. I think that was really nice of them. They were still in the 1-year warranty by a couple of weeks, but I don't think I really deserved brand new frames. So today I've got a neurology appointment, and I'm going to try and talk to the neurologist about, one of the things is my memory, because having the carers come in and having to use the memory bell and stuff like that, and also watching videos back, I can see how much stuff I just can't remember, and then the things about bumping into people I know and just having no memory of who they are. So in general that is really affecting my life now, so I'll see what he has to say about that. The other thing is the way that I can fall asleep for 2 or 3 days in a row, which means I just lose days, and again that's really affecting my life, I think. I might have to write myself a note so I don't forget. I've been really busy this weekend and worn myself out, and my shoulder has sort of dropped down a bit again, which happens all the time when I try and do anything I'm not used to. So I don't know if you can see that. Hey, so I'm just ready to go to my hospital appointment now, just waiting for the transport to get here. My lunchtime carer was really nice and got clothes out for me and made things much easier for me because of my arm, which I've had to wrap up in a sling. It just really aches, and the hand, parts of the hand are just completely numb. But like specific parts that I could, draw a line around with a marker pen where it's numb, which is weird because usually it's just a general feeling. So I'm just going to keep the sling on when I go to my appointment. Normally I take off a lot of my aids and braces and stuff when I go to appointments, because I'm worried that the consultant will tell me that I shouldn't be wearing them, or act like I'm over-exaggerating things because I'm using these braces, because they don't understand the level of pain and general injuries that you get with EDS. But this time I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to go there wearing it, and I'm going to explain why. Just checking the transport's not here, but no, it's just a woman posting a letter. Hello, so I just got back from the neurologist. I was really lucky because the transport guys came to pick me up and got the message straight away, and they were right there waiting for me as soon as I came out of the appointment. So I'm already home now, and it's only about 5:10. Normally you're waiting an hour or two to get back. So I got really lucky there, and I told them that, and we had a bit of a laugh about it. Anyway, so the neurologist, he's very young, but he's a very, very nice, interesting guy. I brought up the issues with my memory and he disagreed. He said that it was normal to not recognise someone that you'd spent hours with a day or two before, and said that it happens to him. I don't really agree with that. But anyway, he also said he's still not completely sure about what this whole thing that's wrong with me is, i.e. if there's something else aside from the EDS that would explain the other symptoms I get, which are not specifically related to EDS, like my stomach problems, and then other things like the memory problems. I mean, you get brain fog, but this is something else. And then the thing about how I sleep for days, again, that's not actually related to EDS, although obviously EDS can make you very tired. So he still thinks that there's a big functional element to my symptoms, which means that he thinks there's no underlying cause. And I told him that some of the things that he thought were functional were definitely explained by EDS. So for example, my arm, that's definitely explained by EDS. You can have trapped nerves and stuff as a result of things being too loose and moving around, even if you don't fully dislocate it, and then obviously you can dislocate or sublux it, which again causes a lot of issues. And my circulation's bad, and since this morning I have had these numb bits in my hand. I explained all this to him, and I think he wrote it down, but he didn't sort of comment. I told him that a lot of my other doctors had given up and stopped seeing me because they couldn't find out what the answer was, and he said that he felt the opposite way. Because he couldn't find out what the answer was, it meant that he had to keep seeing me every few months in the hope that soon the answer would become clear, if it is a neurological answer to find. So he said, I can get my memory assessed by a psychologist, which I'm cool with, that's a good first step. But then he said I'd also have to talk to the psychologist about my functional symptoms. So I said, do you know what? I will do that, because I'm completely sure that the psychologist will say that this is not psychological, and then once that gets back to him, on top of the fact that a specialist has said that I have EDS and that a lot of these symptoms could be explained by that, then there's really no reason to think that there's any functional issues at all. It's not that I think psychological or sort of complex functional issues are bad in any way. I mean, obviously they're bad for the people that have them, but I don't look down on them in any way, and I did a psychology degree, and I think all this stuff is really interesting. It's just that it doesn't fit with what's happening to me. I just completely disagree with the opinion. But I really, really like the doctor. I like his personality and his manner and the way that he treats me, and one of the reasons he said he thinks my memory is fine is because he said that I'm really sharp and one of the sharpest people that he's come across, but it doesn't mean that I can't also have memory issues now. I'm just quite good at disguising it as well, and I pretend to know things that I don't know anything about. Bye bye for now.